Most of the record was done in the fall, and really happy with it, happy with the new songs, and got to work with Peter Cadis, a great producer who just so happened to go to UVM at the same time that myself and the other Phish guys were there. We actually played a gig together with his band in, I think, about 1985. We weren't old pals or anything, but we were definitely ran in the same circles. So we kind of knew about each other. I had some friends in this band, The Pants, for a while from Burlington, and he had done their record when we were hanging out a lot together. So I knew about him then, and then I knew about it through the National because I love the way those records sound. And then he did this Yancey record, and it's an incredible sounding record. I got to play with a bunch of musicians that from some of my favorite current bands. Two of the members of the National played on the record, Matt and Brian, Rob Moose from Bon Iver, and Corey from Mates of State, and Thomas Bartlett, who's played on lots of records and plays with Rufus Wainwright. And these are a lot of my favorite musicians, so it was really exciting. Peter and I were chatting about the fact that a lot of Phish fans traditionally would buy copies of live tapes, and we wanted to make a real album. It was really a statement of purpose when we first started working together. There's so many people doing so much driving in our scene, and we thought it would be cool to make a real driving album. So that might have been where it first started peaking up, and then there was also a song by that title that Buddy Tom and I wrote. And then it started to feel like another statement of purpose in terms of meeting all these musicians and going into different territories, of musical territories. For me, it just sort of emerged as the right title. we're in the studio and we're just in it. And that was a big point, and it was an incredible experience. I mean, Peter encouraged me to play all kinds of different instruments, brought in great musicians, but I was playing celeste and xylophone and piano, and he's got an incredible ear, and kind of Brian Wilson in 2012 sonic concept. But it's been really fun taking the album onto the stage. A friend of mine who I worked with on this Broadway play I've been working on, who was the assistant music director, is also a great transcriber. And so he and I took every single detail of all the sonic layers of the album, and he transcribed them for me. And then we put together books, and we're gonna do our best to recreate some of the sonic landscape that happened in the studio. It's been really, really cool. The difference is that we don't use a click track. Like, there's a lot of bands now that play to the loop. So the drummer's on the loop, so you can have things looped in, but this is all, it's organic. So we had to find a way to get some of these sounds that were soundscape sounds and translate them into a playable, small keyboard, and then write charts, you know, and then our horn section, and also Ray, all of whom are really great readers. They read it. It's like a mini orchestra, is the idea. Everybody's got to be able to read their horn charts, and the horn charts are like outer limit horn charts. Everybody's got to be able to play keyboards, drums, and sing. They all sing the whole night. I've done some orchestra shows last year. I've done this Broadway play and writing for pit musicians, and I've learned that the trick is to create charts that are meticulously crafted and written in a very, very readable way, and then to hire musicians who can read them. It's a pretty flexible unit. It's pretty cool. I mean, I feel really lucky. They're all so incredibly talented. Ciro Batista, master Brazilian percussionist. Russ and Tony, masters, and Ray Peczkowski, who just goes without saying. I'm pretty knocked out by all of them. They're really, really good musicians. Top.